guys, BrownGuy98 again, bringing you another video review. Today we're gonna take a look at a knockoff of Scrapper. So this is my knockoff Scrapper, which I think is pretty great. It is a knockoff of a knockoff. Yeah, it sounds weird, but hey, what are you gonna do? This Transformer is one of my most favorites because it has a pretty interesting story. One day I was actually going to a carnival and it had like that shooting game with an air gun. And I was pretty good at it and I won this thing, but most time at carnivals here in Holland, they like to mess around sometimes. And with this thing, it has a missing wheel. And that's how it came in the packaging. It has a missing wheel because sometimes what they do, they like to mess around with the things you're playing with or the toy you get at the carnival. So yeah, there's a carnival this weekend here in Holland, by the way, and I'm gonna planning on getting maybe another one, maybe a different one, and see how that works out, and if they do exactly the same thing, because this is how it came in the packaging. Well, because interesting story, I was going home and I was like, okay, I got this thing. I was proud of it, and I looked at it. And I looked closely, and I saw that there was no wheel on this leg. I was like opening it up quickly, seeing what the hell was going on, and I thought maybe it fell into the box, but there was no other wheel. Anyway, moving on, we're gonna take a look at the robot mode and get the transformation, shall we? So to get this guy into robot mode is actually really simple. What I like to do is I like to take this thing off and put it off to the side. I'm going to take this back and separate it and swing it on this double hinge on the back right there. After that, we're going to take the arms, unplug them from the side, and take the legs and rotate them around. After we've done that, we're going to take these wheel sections and we're going to rotate them around. Get the bucket out of the way and rotate the arms around. Do the same thing on the other side and rotate it around as well. After that's done, I'm going to swing this off to the side, and this thing doesn't peg in. On the original I believe it does, but in this version it doesn't. So what I like to do is I like to use the bucket as a way to hold this thing in place, which I think is rather difficult. But there we go. I'm gonna stand them up, split the legs, get the arms straightened out, get the head up, and then finally get the arms out of the way. Sometimes it's a bit tough, but I got it this time. But what you do with this thing though is you just, on the original transformation, it's way different. You plug this in, leave this thing on the back right here, and split this thing. That's the original transformation. I don't like it though. I like to keep it just like the G1 Scrapper. So I just like to keep the bucket together, like so. And yeah, you can't keep this thing down though. I just think it looks weird. So what I mostly do is I remove it, plug it in this thing, and just leave it up there and just make the bucket hold it in place. So let's see if I can do it without that thing dropping down. There we go. God damn it. Stay in place, you. Hold on, I'll be right back. So after you've situated everything and made everything look proper, this is what you're gonna get. And I think this thing is awesome. I think this thing looks great. The aesthetic is nice. It has a large backpack, but I don't mind that much as long as you're able to just fold it in somehow. Of course, I like to display it in this version, and it looks a bit empty without the wheel, but anyway, what I think of this guy is that I like this because it looks a lot like the Generation 2 Combiner or Scrapper, and not the Generation 1, which is of course the lime green color. when it comes to the combination function, they got rid of it because this is a knockoff of a third-party company. Well, actually, the original is from a third-party company, and they made a knockoff out of it. I believe that the original one was from DX9, I believe. But anyway, this is a knockoff I got at a carnival. It's a great figure. I got it for a while though, but yeah. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the head. They actually has a decent paint job on the head. I like that. It's simple, but yet works. The legs has a great amount of detail as well. I didn't do any paint jobs on this guy. This is full original. One thing I saw in a video that on the official version of this toy, the ladder in between the steps, there was also silver paint. This one just has a silver ladder, which I like. It's more detailed. Of course, the wheels are like super dumb. They has like the word super written all over it. In the back, yeah, it says A. That's originally where the combiner port was supposed to go, but they got rid of it and just molded a piece in there. As you can see the two slots where it's supposed to click in. I believe that, you had like several others which are like the same mold, and you can like make Devastator, but you can't because they can't combine. Anyway, I'm planning on getting all the other guys and just somehow make it combine, I guess. But anyway, this was Prime Guy 98, and I'll see you next time. Bye.